Good morning, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 744 East Garfield Street here in Carlton. We're located at the left side of the home, right here next to the stairs that kind of pop out of the left side or the decking area here. Anyway, we have a 3-inch ABS cleanout as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. And the line right now is headed towards the rear of the property, not out the front. So probably goes to an easement or something like that. Now, it looks like we may have a Y connection right here. It's a little hard to tell just because we have water rushing over the camera lens. But the camera, you can see, kind of drops down there. So anyway, I don't know if that's for another clean out possibly, or a test tee. Sometimes they do. They're not like an actual test tee. They're a test Y. But you'd have to probably check with the city to verify that. Because it's so close to the transition here, this is generally where you see test tees put in or secondary cleanouts. My assumption is it's probably that. And I'll keep my eye out for anything visible. But here at 37 feet, it transitions over to schedule 3034 PDC pipe. Okay, we've reached the extent of my camera here, about 111 feet out there. I'm going to go try and locate the camera head, see where we're at. Alrighty, I was able to locate the camera head. The line, like I said, I'm going to kind of describe this as if you're kind of going towards where the line is at. If you're standing at the left side of the house where the cleanout's at, looking into the backyard towards the rear fence line, the line heads towards the towards the rear of the property, and it hangs a left, and it goes out to 8th Street. It crosses between a couple properties, and where I located the camera head is about a foot shy of the sidewalk out on 8th Street. So it does appear that it is probably obviously going through an easement on someone else's property. I'm going to pull back here. The good thing is the city takes over responsibility in McMinnville at the sidewalk or right-of-way area. And generally, this is a secondary cleanout. This is often where the city's responsibility has already taken over. I'm going to try and locate this. it is on someone else's property, so I'm going to have to knock on their door and see if they're home. So hopefully they're there. I'll attempt to move the camera to that point and scope the rest of the line. Okay, I was able to locate the camera head. If you're looking at the face of this home from the street, the neighbor directly to the left of this house, I picked the camera head up on it. The signal came in clear on their side of the fence line in their backyard, right down near 8th Street, maybe 6 inches or so inside the fence line. Anyway, I looked around for a clean out there. I was not able to find one. It's probably buried very deep under the ground. It's also, I mean, there's a fence line right there, so it could be partially obscured by that fence. It is possible. So anyway, unfortunately, I'm not able to put a camera in there and scope the rest of the line. Once again, though, by this point, generally the city takes over responsibility. Right here where I stopped the camera head and located, this is actually a little bit beyond that point. I've moved my reel closer to the clean out. This is only about 6 inches to a foot from the sidewalk out on 8th Street. And generally the city takes responsibility in McMinnville at the sidewalk. That's usually where the right-of-way is. Or it could be even before that in your yard area. So I would recommend just contacting the city to just verify the configuration of the line, how it's set up. There's that Y connection somewhere around 30 feet. And I don't know if that's the clean out or not. I'll try and locate it on the way back. Or if that's some kind of Y-in. It could be a party line of sorts. I'm not really sure. So I'll try and figure it out on the way back. Anyway, the line looks fantastic all the way out to this point. It is spotless clean. Drains out very nicely all the way out to the essentially to the street. And I can see down the pipe here from this point at least another 4 feet or so. So for the most part, I can see pretty much everything to just shy of the street curb. And there's no indication there's any flow issues beyond that point. Line's draining out very nicely. There's no debris anywhere in the pipe. But I would just kind of look into things about there's likely an easement, and just kind of look into how your responsibilities are divvied up when you have an easement, things of that nature. It's a little different than when your line just goes straight out the front of your house. Now here's where that Y connection's at. I'm going to try and locate this spot here. And sometimes the city's responsibility starts where this PVC transition is. So it's possible you're only responsible out to the end of the black ABS pipe. I'm locating the camera at the rear left corner of this property in the backyard. It's where all I think the arborvitae are. They're almost right over the top of this spot here. So difficult spot to access. I tried looking around there. I didn't see an obvious clean out sticking out. It's a very hard spot to get into due to all the trees there. But this pipe it looks like it's kind of hard to say which is which, but it could be wying onto another line here. So it's possible there's an easement running across multiple properties here, and this is connecting onto that, and it could be a party line of some sort. It's a newer, updated, obviously not one of the old scary kind of party lines. But anyway, I would check into that, contact the city or the builder to find out just the general configuration or how it's designated, whether it's an easement, where responsibilities start and stop, things like that. But we have great flow all the way out to the street. The ABS and PVC portions of the line are both in great shape. The sewer line is functioning properly at this time, all the way out to at least I can see down the line from where I stopped to just about where the street curb would be at. So, and say we've got great flow all the way out to at least the street. And again, there's no indication there's any issue beyond that point whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead and reel the camera boy out. I'll kind of show how this thing runs here. Here's the clean out, and that's I'm looking at the backyard right there. The line runs that direction, and then again it hangs to the left and it goes through this fence, but all the way almost to the rear fence line. And that once it hits the rear fence line, it goes that direction, and it makes a pretty much dead straight shot paralleling the fence line all the way out to 8th Street, going through the neighbor's yard, this house right here. And where I located the camera head at that, where I was trying to find a clean out, was pretty much at the bottom, the corner of his property, just prior to the sidewalk.